Here are the top 25 places to visit in Germany. Number 25, Frankfurt. You don't want to miss Frankfurt if you're visiting Germany. Just like most of the cities in Germany, Frankfurt has museums, galleries, historical cathedrals, and cafe. You can cruise the town and absorb the sight of the tall buildings that promise a rainbow of colors. One place that you must not miss is the main tower. This is where you can get a full view of Frankfurt. If you ascend the tower, you've successfully climbed the fourth tallest building in Germany. How will it feel to take a shot up there? Number 24, Dusseldorf. If you're a lover of arts and fashion, you should consider visiting Dusseldorf. This city houses museums, gardens, and hundreds of art galleries. You can take the kids to stroll the Rhine riverside, enjoying the cool breeze. There are two important places that you shouldn't miss here: the Hedgens Museum and the most elegant street in Dusseldorf, Königsallee. What makes Hedgens Museum different? Ceramics, porcelain, and earthenware, more than 800 years old, abandoned there. Königsallee has an electric mix of exclusive boutiques, designer clothing stores, great restaurants, and lots more. Make sure you tour the area when you visit Dusseldorf. Number 23, Potsdam. If you love royalties, Potsdam is the perfect place for you. The Prussian royal family and German Kaisers were the inhabitants of the area, so they left a lot of footprints in the area. Though a small town, the buildings here are rare gems. Consider taking a walk around the Sanssouci Palace, Babelsberg Palace, and most importantly, the Dutch Quarters. The Dutch Quarters, also called Little Amsterdam, is a small neighborhood with red brick houses where the Dutch lived during the 18th century. Every angle in the neighborhood is picture-worthy, leaving you with a memorable experience. You would always want to visit again. Number 22, Leipzig. This is one of the most vibrant towns in Germany. No wonder it is nicknamed the New Berlin by many. Undoubtedly, the distinct vibe and diverse bubbling activities of the city are just irresistible. Visiting Leipzig would expose you to diverse structures that are outstanding. Don't miss the Panorama Tower. This is the highest tower in Leipzig. Ascending to the top gives you a complete view of the city. The view will leave you mesmerized. If you won't consider Leipzig for anything else, visit the city for its rich history and music. Various composers like Mozart and Richard Wagner lived in this area. And lastly, don't miss the huge 91-meter tall monument in Leipzig. Do you want to know the story behind it? Visit Leipzig, a natural and calm city perfect for a vacation. Number 21, Neuschwanstein Castle. Around 1.3 million tourists visit this castle every year. Why would such a huge number of tourists visit an ordinary castle every year? Well, forgive the word ordinary, because Neuschwanstein Castle is more than that. The castle has one of the most stunning interiors in Germany. What made this possible was that they were built with utmost carefulness. All the details in each room are not without significance. And what would you see before stepping in? The alpine trees. They all surround the castle. What's more, it's the inspiration behind the Sleeping Beauty castle in Disney cartoons. If you're considering a perfect spot for a family vacation, here it is. Just think of how happy the kids would be to see the real Sleeping Beauty castle. Number 20, Munich. Munich is the third largest city in Germany. This area is all in one wonderful. You can easily visit most of the castles, lakes, and rivers in Germany from here. You can choose any of the 5 castles in Munich to visit or stretch out to others near it. Since Munich is not far from the mountains and lakes, you can easily have some fun hiking, skiing, or even swimming. And to spice it up, step out to explore the captivating bliss of Munich at night. You will almost be tempted to spend another weekend. Number 19, Rothenburg. This walled city will leave you speechless once you set your eyes on it. Though small, the lighting in the night delivers a sort of magic to the beholders, and you can't miss the depth of tradition and culture entrenched here. While enjoying a walk through the wall of the city, something magical happens here that shouldn't miss your eyes. Between 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, the Rotstringstube clock tower has a show for your consumption. 2 doors open up on the sides of the clock tower, and a performance of one of the town's oldest legends is played. You won't want to miss this. Don't forget to visit Tauberbrock, a bridge longer than a football field. This bridge is 123 meters long and has been existing for the past 700 years. Number 18, Black Forest in Freiburg. Yeah, Freiburg is not as wide as Munich and Berlin, but if you are a lover of green life, you won't want to miss this small city. The architecture of the town is breathtaking, coupled with a black forest just in front of it. Before you start imagining a thick forest with a hungry lion waiting to devour you, give me your fears. The Black Forest is a canopy of pine trees. The trees are so much and closely knitted that they alter the penetration of the sun. I can imagine how cool that will be. It's a mountainous area, so be ready to ski. You can also enjoy snowshoeing in the forest with the help of a guide. Visit this area to surround yourself with an awesome green life. Number 17, Heidelberg. This is another old city in Germany. You won't want to miss the old bridge in this city that dates back centuries ago. Many bridges were destroyed during the World War, but this old bridge survived. That made it one of the tourist attractions in the area. If you can arrive at the site very early, you would find ducks that match the serenity of the area. You should also visit the castle in Heidelberg that sits on a hill. This castle is built of red sandstone, which makes it unique among other castles in Germany. Number 16, Weimar. Weimar should be named the heart of literature. If you're a lover of German literature, you should visit Weimar. In the 18th century, Goethe, Schiller, Nietzsche, and other writers lived there. Now, you would know why I named it the heart of literature. You can choose to drive through the city in your car, but nothing compares to the sensation and connection you feel walking through those old streets. You will also be able to have a closer view of the attractions in the city. You can visit the Baroque building that served as the home of the famous writer, Goethe, then the Weimar Castle, a 3-story building surrounded by trees dating as far back as the 18th century. It houses the Great Hall, the Falcon Gallery, and the Goethe Gallery. Don't miss the church in Weimar. It is the oldest building in the city, built in 1500. Other attractive sites include museums and archives of famous writers. And if you're lucky, you could witness and partake in some musical performances done on the streets. Number 15, Cologne. This city is full of life. If you're looking for a place to free up your mind and de-stress, consider visiting Cologne, a perfect place to reconnect to self. There are 2 places you shouldn't miss here. First, the churches in the city. Their architectural design is second to none. Next is the Chocolate Museum. Yeah, and there, you'll be exposed to how the chocolates are made and a taste of it. Now that's yummy. Number 14, Schwerin Castle. The Schwerin Castle is a historical building. It was once the residence of the Duke in Germany. While this castle is beautiful to behold during the day, its night views will leave you speechless. The reflection of the castle on the lake at night reveals more beautiful views of the front facade, the golden cupola, and the towers. There's a funny story about a creature living in the castle. He was named the Ghost of Schwerin Castle. Well, if he's called a ghost, does he live there? Satisfy your curiosity by visiting the castle. Number 13, Lübeck and Baltic Coast. Lübeck is a city located on the Baltic coast. What makes this city worth visiting is its medieval style of architecture. You shouldn't miss the Holsten Tor, a red brick gate built in the 15th century. Standing before this gate might be likened to standing before history itself. Another stunning sight is the Bergtor, and a hospital that has become a tourist spot. When you visit this area, don't leave without buying the delicious marzipan treats. Number 12, Hamburg. Hamburg is the 3rd largest city in Germany. This city is usually claimed by many to be the most beautiful city in the world. Well, why not check it out yourself? Hamburg's size is as big as that of New York. Fascinating sites to visit here includes the churches, the bridges, and also have a bite of a hamburger. It tastes different at home. I hope you know what I mean. Hamburg's hamburger. Number 11, Berlin. Berlin is the capital of Germany. If you want to feel how life is in Germany, visit Berlin. Like most towns, Berlin has art galleries and street art scenes. You can also savor the colorful and wild performances of the notorious Berghain. You can relax here. There are close to 3,000 lakes for you to visit, coupled with 2,500 parks and local recreation areas in Berlin. So skiing, riding, and more can be enjoyed here. Number 10, Lake Constance and Lindau. Lindau is situated in Bavaria and surrounded by the clear waters of Lake Constance. You can either visit the mainland or Lindau Island. The 2 places are connected by the railway dam and New Seesbruck Bridge. Lindau has a breathtaking sight waiting for you. Just at the harbor's entrance is an imposing statue of a Bavarian lion. The lion is made from sandstones and weighs around 50 tons. I know you would love to take a picture right there. Also, there's a new lighthouse just behind the lion. This structure has an unusual clock that gives you the chance to have a full view of Lindau. Below the tower is an alfresco restaurant where you can easily get a cool drink and a meal or a slice of delicious cake. Number 9, Kochum Castle and Hohenzollern Castle. Castle is a common sight in Germany. Among them all, the Kochum and Hohenzollern Castle stood out. Here is why. The Kochum Castle simply means an imperial castle that shows the inhabitants were royalty. When you visit the castle, make sure you take in the magnificence of the building. You will find the armory, the beautiful Hunter's Hall, and the Great Hall. What makes this castle special is that you can join a medieval meal at the castle with costumed musicians and a castle tour. It's great to have a glass of wine, a full meal, and also go home with a stone mug. On the other hand, Hohenzollern Castle is a structure on a mountain. It served as a home to the Prussian kings and other royalties, but is now a tourist attraction. It stands out in the middle of the trees. Book a tour of the castle to feel the interior of this historic castle. Number 8. German rivers: Danube, Rhine, Moselle. Rivers abound in Germany. Therefore, specifically visiting some of them is not a bad idea. Some are even worth visiting than the castles. These rivers offer you the chance to swim and easily branch most of the castles. The color of the Danube River is a kind of blue. If you visit during the cold seasons, you can find it to be ice blue. Diverse attractions abide by the riverbanks. Book a tour today. Number 7. Bastei Bridge. Do you believe that water erosion could become a solid rock formation? That's what Bastei is. The rock formation here was created thousands of centuries ago by water erosion. The bridge connects and sits above the rock formation. It's a wonderful sight to visit, giving you a wide view of the surrounding mountains. You can see the River Elbe and the remains of Neurathen Castle, among others. Number 6. Dresden. Dresden was the capital of and the residence of the King Saxony in the past. Holding such a royalty prestige has placed it in high esteem. It is one of the most beautiful places in Germany. You could climb to the top of Frankirch and savor the complete view of the old town. You can then come down to walk around the swinger architecture in the center of the city. Also, immerse yourself in the art of Kunststoff Passage and Neustadt and grab a cup of Glühwein. If you happen to visit during the festive period, the Christmas spirit at Dresden would simply sweep you off your feet. Number 5. Königssee. There are many lakes in Germany, but the Königssee is the cleanest. That's because only pedal, rowing, or electric boats are allowed on the lake. You can simply stroll the harbor, enjoying the cool breeze and the freshness, or take a boat ride. If you've never ridden in an electric boat, there's an opportunity awaiting you at Königssee. You can as well visit St. Bartholomew's Church. There are various other activities at the lake that makes visiting it worthwhile. Number 4. The Eagle's Nest. Are you expecting some eagle's nests here? Maybe you could find one or two, but that's not what this place signifies. Hitler built this place during World War II. If you're a lover of epic views and also love war histories, this place is for you. The Eagle's Nest is located in Berchtesgaden. If you love hiking, you have to visit the Eagle's Nest. From the top of the mountain, you can take in the blessings of nature around you. Don't forget to take some photographs. Number 3. Berchtesgaden. This place is nature in grandeur. Right here, if you want a complete view of the mountains, alpine trees, and some historical sites, visit Berchtesgaden. What makes this place so special is the salt mine. You will learn the history and process of salt mining. Don't forget to visit the highest peak in Berchtesgaden, Jenner Mountain, which delivers snow-clad peaks to you. You can get there by gondola carriages. Your visit won't be splendid if you don't do this. Number 2. Wagenbruchsee. If you're looking for somewhere cool to rest your head and return peace to your mind, consider visiting the Wagenbruchsee. This is a waterfront dock in the south of Germany. It's usually surrounded by marsh and covered with morning fog. There's a dense forest nearby and a mountain region. If you love riding a bike on a mountain, consider visiting Wagenbruchsee. Number 1. Zugspitze and Ibsee. This is the most attractive site in Germany. Zugspitze is the tallest mountain in Germany. What would it look like to be up there? Don't daydream for long, as there are cable cars around the mountain to drive you up there. If you like skiing, Zugspitze gives you a 100% opportunity to ski. You would also have the opportunity to see and touch the summit cross at the peak of the mountain. As you descend the Zugspitze, Lake Ibsee smiles at you from the distance. It looks small from the top of the mountain, but wait till you move close to it. There are lots of open spaces near the Ibsee, where you can sit and enjoy the German sunshine and also have an amazing view of Zugspitze. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.